All right, good, ready.
When the beat drops out and the people gone, you still be there for me, child. And when the lights go out and the morning comes, you still be there for me, child.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Powerhouse. Of course, I am your girl Porsha, and this week we're doing things a little bit different for you guys. Do you guys hear that sound? That's the sound of the steel pans. Of course, you know we cannot have Vincy Mas without steel pan. So King Jace will be taking you guys on a tour to the pan yards as they get ready for Steel and Glitter and Junior Pan Fest. Stick around for more. The Powerhouse is on.
What's up, SVG? We're here at the Elite Steel Orchestras practice room, as you can see, the panyard. And next to me, I have Mr. Otley, also known as Staffa, who happens to be the lead of this band side. Welcome to the Powerhouse, Staffa.
Good morning.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, right? So I want to know, how long have you been with the Elite Steel Orchestra?
The Elite Steel Orchestra is 15 years old, and I've been with them from the inception.
Right, and have you ever won any panorama titles?
We have never won any panorama titles. However, we have won a competition called, well, the CDC, had a competition where they were honoring past Calypsonians. Right. There was a panorama competition, well, not panorama, but there's a steel pan competition to commemorate that occasion, and we came out winners of that competition.
Preparations for Panorama 2018, what has it been like?
Well, as usual, it's a slow start, but we are in here. Both the Elite Steel Orchestra and the CW Prescott Steel Orchestra will be on stage for Junior Pan Fest and for Senior Panorama 2018.
Also, how many players do you carry?
Well, we don't really favor big bands because the Elite Steel Orchestra really does not have sponsor. We are unable to contract sponsorship up to this point. So we really just cater for the minimum amount of players, which is 25.
And if anyone is willing to join the Elite Steel Orchestra, how do they get in contact with you?
Okay, CW Prescott Primary School, that's the home of the Elite Steel Orchestra as well. You just come down to CW Prescott Primary School any afternoon from 5 o'clock. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, you'll find us here. You don't have to know anything about playing music. You don't have to have been involved in pan before. As long as you have two hands, you can play pan.
Right, definitely. And before I do this, I want to know something, right? What makes you tick when it comes to pan music? What is the best thing for you in pan music?
For me, the best thing in playing pan music is instructing those who have never played before. That's the best thing for me. Imparting the knowledge of playing pan, the unique art form of playing pan, spreading it out as far and wide as possible. That's the best thing for me in playing pan. That's the goal of my pan play.
Right, and final question, right? Do you think that the bigger bands have an advantage when it comes to, the panorama competition, saying that you don't carry much players, a lot of players?
Well, you can say that size is might, and the bigger bands really do have a great advantage over us because they are financially able to get better instruments. They're also financially able to hire what you call the export arrangers, the export foreign arrangers. But the whole world and country knows, outside of Panorama, the Elite Steel Orchestra is the gigging band. It's the band that pleases. It's the band that commands attention. The Elite Steel Orchestra.
Definitely. And with regards to Vincy Mas 2018, how has it been for you personally?
Well, I am getting down into the twilight years, and really I don't really participate in Vincy Mas that much. But I will still be supporting the shows as they come. I think, well, Vincy Mas always has a slow startup, but I think it's really starting to heat up. I am beginning to feel the vibes, and I will be there for all the shows.
Definitely. Well, there you have it from Taffa here at the Elite Steel Orchestra Pan Room. Let's get some footage of the guys enjoying themselves. with one of the players of the Elite Steel Orchestra. What's your name, sir?
Sharon Morgan.
Right, so let me ask, well, this is the pan I saw you playing. What pan is this?
Cello.
And how long have you been playing the cello?
5 years.
Any other pans in here that you play?
Yeah, double second. All around there.
You're not all wrong there. So therefore, well, I'm like the worst because I can't play a pan and I don't know how old, and you playing all of them?
Yeah.
So how long have you been with the Elite Steel Orchestra?
5 years.
How much?
5 years.
And how old are you?
14.
And he playing for 5 years now. I'm really the worst. So, okay. What is your favorite thing about the Elite Steel Orchestra?
We know for impress people.
Repeat, speak louder. I hear you.
We know for impress people.
And how far have you ventured to play?
Beckway.
So you see, pan music is definitely on the rise here in St. Vincent. We have a lot of youth in the thing. We have them traveling as far as Beckway to perform. So you know, definitely they're doing good things. So big up to Tafa and taking the youth far in pan music. Well, one last question, right? If you could use one word to describe Mr. Utley, what would it be?
Awesome.
Awesome. Definitely. There we had it from one of the players, I think. So still here at the Elite Steel Orchestra Panyard, and I'm here with the drummer. So, youngster, how long have you been playing the drums?
5 years.
5 years again. How long have you been with Elite?
5 years.
5 years again. Any other instrument in here you could play?
All.
Another all-rounder. Should I be embarrassed? Nah. It is good to see the youths getting involved in something very constructive to get them out of trouble. Definitely. And we're all about that here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I should say. And on the powerhouse, right? So, what is one word to describe Mr. Utley? What would you use?
The best.
That's two.
Best.
There you have it here from the Elite Steel Orchestra. Stay tuned to the powerhouse. We'll be back. So today on our pan journey, we have now arrived at Lago Heights at the police band room, where it's the home of the Genesis Steel Orchestra. And I'm here with the arranger and the leader of the Genesis band side. Good afternoon, welcome to the powerhouse.
Yeah, good day.
Right, it's a pleasure to have you guys. And of course, we have been told that this is the youngest band side here in SVG. What is it like being the leader of such a group?
Well, it is very challenging. I can say it's very challenging. And in terms of the preparations and the getting the players together, it's a lot of work and commitment.
How is it, dealing with a lot of meshing personalities, clashing personalities? There's a lot of different age ranges, I guess. So So how do you actually make it with that? You know, the clashing, the schoolwork, the pan music, everything in one.
Well, I try my best to have the time scheduled for the smaller set of players. So I normally deal with the smaller sets for like 2 hours, and then after that we only need more adults because they are more likely to leave pan room at usually like 7, after 7, 8 o'clock. So it's kind of an ongoing thing, and doing it for years, you actually know what and what not to.
Now, as far as pan music goes in general, right? I want to know what is your favorite thing when it comes to pan music.
Well, my favorite thing is being able to play what you love. Once you play what you love, you get out what you're supposed to get out.
And how long has the Genesis Steel Orchestra been around?
Well, it's approximately about 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
So we have the Genesis Steel Orchestra been around for 10 years. And have you captured any crown since? Any titles?
No, we haven't been able to capture as yet. But we came close. As second place, we got second place. But hopefully, we are looking to capture first place.
Definitely. Now, how did this Steel Orchestra come into being? You know, how it came about?
Well, it came about through, well, first there was SIF, Social Investment Fund, and the community. So they had done something put together, but eventually, Social Investment Fund was no more. Then came along Pan Against Crime. Well, through the Pan Against Crime, Genesis was formed. I will just say that.
Okay, cool. As far as preparations for Panorama has been going, how has that been?
Well, it's, as I said, well, it's been very difficult because getting the players together, and then we have smaller players who have to deal with schools, exams. But with the commitment and doing it for years, it eventually becomes something that you're accustomed to. So it's just as the year go by, it's been a challenge every year, but we always get through.
We spoke to someone earlier, right? And I asked them the size of their pan side. How many players do you boast?
Well, presently we have 30 players. Seasonal, we have about, well, throughout the year, we have about 12 the most. And currently now we have 60. That is 30 small and 30 big. So 30 will be competing in the juniors, and for the seniors we also have 30.
Now, before I let you go, I must ask you this question, right? Do you think that the bigger bands have an advantage against the smaller bands?
Well, yes. Being bigger, your music will project more, and you will actually get the song that you actually will be looking for. But when we're a small band now, you will hear the music, yes, but you will not hear it as how you want it to be.
And okay, you spoke of the age difference, right? What's the youngest player in your band?
Youngest player is 8 years.
8 years. Again, and I'm 24 and can't play pan. And it's something I have loved, always wanted to do, but I just don't have the time. So, for people...
You're never too old.
For persons interested in joining Genesis Steel Orchestra, how do they do so?
Well, Genesis Steel Orchestra is located at the Police Band Room. You can come up anytime at the Police Band Room and ask for Bristol. It's just that.
So you got it right there, you come and you ask for Bristol, and you come and you learn to play the pan. It's simple as that. I mean, how long have you been playing pan personally?
Personally, it's already 20 years. So right now I'm going up about 25 now. Yes, 25.
That's more years than I am this sort. That's a long time, and I must commend you for that, as well as keeping the pan side together. Now, any thoughts for persons who want to play pan but scared to do so?
Well, I think if you're interested in playing, it's just not playing pan, it's disciplining yourself, committing yourself, and doing something. If you want to do it, show interest in doing it. That's all. That's all it takes.
And there you had it. We're here at the Genesis Steel Orchestra. We're just going to get some footage with the guys inside. Stay tuned to the Powerhouse. Yeah, welcome back to the Powerhouse, ladies and gentlemen of SVG and anyone else by extension. Like I told you a minute ago, we had very special guests in store, and now I'm here with Mr. Jamoro Francis of the Symphonic Steel Orchestra. Welcome to the Powerhouse, Jamoro.
Yes, good day. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, first thing first, pan music. Why do you love pan music so much?
Boy, that is a very hard question to answer, you know, but it has been in me from inception, from since a little boy, growing up with spiritual Baptist grandparents, you know. And then the pan is just something that I could connect with. It's something that belongs to us. It's something that belongs to our territory.
Right, so tell us a bit about Symphonic Steel Orchestra.
Oh, the Symphonic Steel Orchestra, this year is celebrating 10 years in existence, right? They are the first pan against crime steel orchestra.
Right.
And this year we are celebrating 10 years in the business. And we are looking forward to putting on a very wonderful show like as usual.
So with regards to the preparations for Panorama and the Carnival season in general, how has that been going so far?
Well, you know, the preparation for Carnival is always a difficult one, you know, but like I always say, we just jump over the hurdles and try and put our best foot forward. The most problems that we normally encounter is the kids, you know, with their examinations. That's basically what hinders us sometimes. But otherwise than that, we just keep pushing on.
Right, and about how many members does your band carry?
Well, normally the band has a membership of about 20, about 25.
Right.
But you know, past players and some players that I might invite to come and play with the band comes along every year, and we end up with about 40 players maximum.
That's nice. Now I've asked every other band side this, right? I want to know is there an advantage when it comes to the bigger bands versus the smaller bands?
Well, I would like to think so, yes. There's an advantage because people tend to listen to the big beef up song rather than a smaller band which might have quality rather than quantity. And I've been hearing this for a while. Jomo, your band normally songs really well, but you need to up your size. So from listening to the general public and whatever they say to me each year, I think your band is normally judged according to your size. Yeah.
Now, with regards to that, if there's someone out there watching that wants to be a member of the Symphonic Steel Orchestra, how do they do that?
Well, that is very easy. That's like 1, 2, 3. But what I would like to advise people to do is to join a pan side closer to your area, which is better for you, you know, around these times, you know, a lot of violence and these other things, and just the inconvenience. Because a lot of friends of mine who live in Kingston and who live on the Windward side want to play with symphonics. But getting to the pan yard might be difficult. But I want to encourage everybody, especially the younger ones, to join a pan side. And most of the pan sides, especially pan against crime sides, they have summer programs in the school vacation, and that is a very wonderful time to occupy yourself and join a band, play a pan, and you know, and do something positive, especially with the young people. So it's very simple. You could just come to Symphonic Steel Orchestra. You could speak to myself or Miss Ann Jones. She is the person at the helm, and we could move on from there.
Right. So, final question, Jamoro. Now, I love pan music, right? But I just don't have the time to start to play pan because you know I'm an artist, I'm doing this TV show and a lot of things. Now, I want to know what is it, you know, what is it that, you know, keeps you into the pan music, especially as an arranger?
Well, the love of pan. And I'm actually playing that song sung by Hans and done by Hans and Rodney Small. This year, I'm doing the love of pan for Senior Panorama. And I'll get to your question just now, okay? The love of pan for Junior Pan and for Senior Pan, sorry, and for Junior Panorama. I'm doing Long to Sitong by Touch.
Right.
Now, to explain what keeps me in pan is simple, the love of pan and the need for the ongoing of the art form. We need to make sure that we have the art form going because it's something that belongs to us, the people of the Caribbean, the only instrument invented in our time. And I want to make sure that this wonderful art form, which have been the center of my life, continues. So I actually do this for the love, for the love of pan.
Do it for the love, not for the likes.
I want to urge the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, all our returning nationals, the locals, especially those in the various community bands, to come out and support their various bands, and Pan and Calypso and Carnival on a whole. Come the 4th of July 2018, and on this very stage, Victoria Park, we'll be having a wonderful show, Junior Pan Fest. And on the 5th of July, we'll be having Steel and Glitter Senior Panorama. Right. It would be wonderful. So I'm urging each and every one to come out and support their various bands and their various schools. Thank you very much.
No problem. No, there hasn't been a year that I missed any of those shows. That's what I love pan music, but just to have the time to learn it. But yeah, this is the Powerhouse. We'll be right back on SVG-TV. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this, the Powerhouse, the special edition of the Powerhouse, where we visit all pan sites, talk to all pan players. Right now, next to me, we have the pan boss himself, Rodney Small. Welcome to the Powerhouse, Rodney.
Big up. Good day.
So the first question, straight off the bat, right into the meat of the matter. What keeps you in love with pan?
Boy, what keeps me in love with pan is really the history and the culture of it and the uniqueness to know that, you know, it's one of the only acoustic instrument that is still around in the 21st century. And as I say, the history of it and how unique it is, and Rodney Small like to be unique. But one of the biggest factor of why I love pan is that it's the only Caribbean instrument that brings us together as people. And you know, music is all about the people. So yeah, the unification of pan players coming together for one mission is really what keeps me motivated where the instrument is concerned.
Now, having said that, tell us a bit about the track that you and Hans did this year.
Well, as I said earlier, the history of the instrument is really deep with Rodney Small. And, you know, going back in the 1930s, pan players were always known for delinquent, and we were always fighting for years to be accepted in society and for the instrument to be accepted worldwide. And I really wanted to continue that mission of making the instrument more accepted here in St. Vincent. So I decided that, I want to do some fusion with some of our established artists or other performers. It doesn't matter whether it's soca, gospel or reggae. So my mission was really to put together a track that we as pan players could feel appreciated, where the society, where the public could love the instrument for what it is in this light, in terms of doing a collab with a soca artist. And that's really where it comes from, to really help to enhance, to popularize the instrument and show that the instrument can also be doing other things other than just in an orchestra.
Right, now usually it's a norm here for the pan sides to be playing the older songs for the Panorama competition. But this year we already have your song, well, you and Hans' track, Love of Pan, already in the Panorama.
Yeah, I understand that there are 3 bands doing it. I think there's 2 school bands and 1 senior band, which is Symphonics. We're actually doing the song, and that was really the mission when we started to do this project. Carbon Jams Studios and myself, including Hans, we really wanted to make it a project where the pan sides could actually play. So we paid close attention to the melody, to the chord structure, so that even the pan player could be very friendly to the arrangement when he is arranging it.
And where do you want to see pan in the next couple, like let's say 10 years?
Well, boy, I want to see it being more formalized and more standardized here in St. Vincent, and especially in our school curriculum, in our music program. So just like how in the music programs in school, the recorder is a must, the piano is a must, I want it to be a thing where, pan is that instrument we go to, because really and truly the recorder doesn't belong to us here in the Caribbean, or the piano doesn't belong to us. The steel pan instrument is us as Caribbean people. So I'd like to see the steel pan being that key instrument when it comes to the music programs in school and all the communities. The Pan Against Crime Initiative has been doing that to help popularize the instrument. The YPM, the Europan movement, has been doing that. And it's just a mission now for all of us as Caribbean people, as Vince Session, to really embrace this instrument, embrace the rich history, the rich culture, and just love it. Right, you mentioned the Europan movement, you mentioned Pan Against Crime, and I must commend you for Steel Expressions, because we've seen a growth in the crowd over the last couple of years. So, what will we have in that this year? Of course, December 29th, there will be Steel Expression Epiphany. That's the theme, because every year there's a theme. And of course, it's not just a pan show, It's a panist who's having a show that wants to highlight all the creative aspect of the creative art, but surrounding it around the instrument. Because, every year I feature a different panist, and this year that is something that you could look forward to. So, yeah, Steel Expression Epiphany, December 29th, 2018. Look forward to that. Definitely. So thanks for coming on the Powerhouse, man. Respect. There you have it right here from Victoria Park. We had Rodney Small, we had Jomoro Francis, 2 of SVG's leading pan players. Stay tuned to the Powerhouse. We have a lot more coming up.
today's journey has brought us here to the Cyan Hill Euphonium Steel Orchestra. And of course, I'm here with Tila. Tila, welcome to the Powerhouse.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure so far. We went around and we met a lot of pan sides, right? So basically, I want to ask you the same question I've been asking them. How have the preparations been for Vincimas 2018?
It's been going good so far. It's kind of challenging, but you know, our band is a very big band, so you know, a lot of kids to train, so it's kind of tough, but going good so far.
Speaking of kids, who's the youngest player here?
We have up from 6 years old to 18.
6 to 18, and these are the juniors.
Juniors, yeah.
How about how many junior players do you have?
We have 65 this year.
65. And how many seniors?
About 70.
The thing is, I've always been a lover of pan music. I never missed a panorama yet, right?
Never.
So I want to know, if somebody wants to be a member of Cyan Hill Euphonium, how do they get in contact with you, or where do they come? Right here?
You can come to the Panyard, you can contact an executive member. We have a 9-member executive. You can contact anybody from the executive. Contact me as the captain and anybody in the executive, and you can come to the Panyard and join. We have a summer program every year. We train kids on the August Saturday from 7 years old to whatever.
Right. So my question to you as well, where did your love for pan music start?
Well, for me, when I was about 11 years old, my brother told me to come and join pan. I never really liked it, but I had the first lesson, that was it.
That was it.
Hook one time. Yeah.
A lot of the other persons we interviewed today had that same sentiment, that they love the pan music. Is there a love thing for you and pan, or is it just a hobby?
Well, I really love the pan. I into music also, I play keyboards and other instruments, but pan is really my thing.
And do you have a favorite pan?
Aye?
You have a favorite pan?
Not really, I play all of them. I teach also, so that's why.
Right. So, are you the arranger for the juniors?
Yeah.
What is the hardest task in that?
Well, because the kids in my band are so small, most of the community bands have kids from 12 go up. From 6 to 18 is really challenging because, you know, a big gap between 6 and 18. So some 18, some 6 year old, some 10, some 9. So you cannot put them together, it's really challenging because the smaller ones kind of want to play and be playful and, you know, but it's challenging, very challenging with this band.
Right, so a bit of history about Cyan Hill Euphonium, right? How many senior titles have you captured in total?
We have 7 senior titles. We won 6 on a straight for the first time in history with Swans and the Grenadines, and we won in 2016 for the senior band.
What about the juniors? How many junior titles?
We have about 12 junior titles.
12?
Including a hat trick from myself.
Now, having been dethroned, what is the main purpose for this year?
What the main thing this year is to go down and showcase our youth, because I think all about the youths. You know, off the street, them turning them sensitive, you know what I mean? And then go to their life and make them more progress now, because now they are doing all kind of different things. They're going into drugs, they're going into all kind of different things. So we don't want that. When they're playing pan, do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, how hard is it to maintain a pan side? Like, how hard?
For Cyan Hill Euphonium, it's very difficult because instruments are expensive. And we don't have a main sponsor at the moment. But thanks to Flow and our sponsors give us like a part-time sponsorship, it really helps us a lot because our band is very big. To buy uniform for our band is like over $10,000 because 65 players plus 70 is really, you know, challenging for our band, you know. So, but it's really costly for us. It costs about 60 grand to carry our band to Panama every year. And the prize money is like 30 grand. So we're not really, but what we go to because they love our pan and our country and the kids. These kids inspire me so much. I come here every Saturday and Wednesday with them, and they make me want to walk more and more of the time.
So any final words for persons who want to play band but are afraid to play pan?
I would tell you, steel pan one of the best instruments in the world. Easy to learn, it's a West Indian thing, it's loving, it's really nice. It might sound noisy, once you get into pan, you will love it.
All right, thank you for coming to the Powerhouse today, man. It's been a pleasure interviewing you, and all the best in the future, especially in 2018 this year. So we are here, one of the players from Cyan Hill Euphonium Steel Orchestra. And how long have you been playing with Cyan Hill?
This will be my 3rd year with Cyan Hill Euphonium.
How many years have you been playing pan overall?
Overall, I've been playing pan for 6 years.
And why Cyan Hill?
Because, well, one, I live at King Garden, so it's closer, and I think Cyan Hill is the best band, so I obviously would choose Cyan Hill.
So you think Cyan Hill is the best?
Yes, of course.
So you are retaining the panorama title this year?
Of course.
Okay, one word to describe Cyan Hill overall?
We're just exotic.
Exotic.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. So we're here with yet another player from the Sentinel Euphonium Steel Orchestra. What's your name?
My name is Brittany.
And how long have you been with Sentinel?
7 years.
7 years. So your whole pan life you've been here or elsewhere?
No, always here.
Always here.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the best thing about playing with Sentinel Steel Orchestra?
I don't know, I just love the vibe that it gives off. You know, I love every member. So, yeah.
And what pan do you play?
Double second.
So you can play everything or just double second?
Well, I haven't tried the rest. I've always been on double second.
Right. Okay. One word to describe the entire Sentinel Euphonium family.
United.
United. And in unity there is strength. So look out for big things from Sentinel this year. Thank you very much. So you're still here at Sion Hill and we have one of the wee ones in the crowd, right? So, how old are you?
8.
How long have you been playing pan?
5 years.
So he's been playing pan for 5 years and he's only 8. So since he's 3 years old, he's been on stage playing pan. Do you love playing pan?
Yes.
What's your favorite pan?
Tenor.
The tenor?
Yes.
I saw you on the drums. So you go drum as well?
Yes.
How long have you been drumming?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Last question, right? Give me one word to describe pan music. Sweet, nice, exciting.
Exciting.
Exciting. So there you have it. We're finished here at the Sentinel Euphonium Panyard. Stay tuned to the Powerhouse for more. Yes, ladies and gentlemen of the Powerhouse, we are here with the trainer of the Southeast Steel Orchestra. Welcome to the Powerhouse, sir.
Yeah, thank you, man.
So, well, I'm getting straight into the meat of the matter. How have preparations been going for Panorama this year?
Going fine.
Going fine?
Going fine, yeah.
Okay, so what can we look forward to from Southeast?
A surprise.
Surprise?
Yeah.
Well, the first year you all came in, it was a big surprise to me, especially as I love of pan music.
I know.
So, if they're promising me a surprise this songs, what going to happen this songs? Well, it only leaves one to think, right? So, you know, how long have you been with the organization?
Well, I started with the organization when the pan them first built. As you know, Pan Against Crime, I work on the instrument too in the workshop. And me and my brother did the first set of training, which is Douglas Williams, we did. So, you know, after that, you know, we have, you know, Tila, you know, he came in and he do his thing, and then Mala came out to do their thing, and so I kind of came back in to do some Panama this year.
Okay, so I want to ask you this, right? What is the youngest player? Who is the youngest player? What's the youngest age?
The youngest age in Pan should be 7 years old. 7, yeah.
Right. So what are the challenges you face?
Well, I ain't start that training yet until Panama finish. Whoever gonna do that, I don't know if it's me or anybody else, but whoever gonna do that, it ain't much of a challenge, because the younger you get them in, it's the better.
Understood. Now I must ask you this, right? What pan do you specialize in personally?
None.
None?
I play all.
You play all?
But I love the double second.
Double second. And I guess you're drum as well, right?
I play everything.
No, the thing is, I love pan music, but I don't have the time to learn to play it. How would you think, how would you advise me to go about that?
Very simple. Start in the simplest way you can. If you love me with a little lamb, try to play me with a little lamb and your pan. Because if you could sing it, you could remember, so you could play.
Right.
So teaching an individual, gotta find out the individual's passion and start them from like elementary stage, you know, and develop as it goes.
Understood. And how long have you been involved in pan music on a whole?
Since I was 7 years and 6 months old. I'm almost 60 now.
I can only hope to accomplish that.
Keep hope alive. That's all. Keep hope alive.
Right. So, to other people who want to get into the pan business, what would you advise them to do?
In general, in the pan business, we need to keep it alive. But it needs to be governed with principles. Strict principles. Because we are losing that discipline. You know, different to that, we gotta keep it going. It's going fine. Bands are developing. I hear new bands coming, so that's good to also.
Right. In one word, describe Southeast Steel Orchestra.
Say that again.
Huh?
Say that again.
In one word, describe the Southeast Steel Orchestra.
Surprising everybody this year.
There we have it, from the trainer himself. Thank you for coming to the Powerhouse, man. So yes, we're here with a player from the Southeast Steel Orchestra. You can hear him in the background playing away. So I want to ask you this, right? How long have you been with Southeast?
I've been with Southeast since the very first day. So I'm a foundation player.
So you were there when they made the big impact and came second right off the bat?
I was always there.
You were there? Okay, that's good. Now, pan music. What keeps you in love with pan music?
Pan music is like, for instance, see when I'm at work and I feel a little stressed out, or if I'm home and I feel a little stressed out, this is everything that I need. So it makes me feel relaxed and it just brings back my joy every time.
Okay. You have a favorite pan?
All of them are my favorite, but tenor is my most. Tenor is my best one.
You are probably the third person to say that today. Third. I'm telling you the honest truth.
Because you see, I started off on tenor.
Right.
So it had always been my favorite, but I love all of the bands.
Right, understood. Now, right, what's the experience like with Southeast?
Well, you see, the thing is with Southeast, we always have a fire. Even when we go out to play, or not to play at all, we always bring that fire. Every band wants to be friendly with Southeast because Southeast is the band that brings the vibe and everything. So, when it comes to Southeast, my best thing.
So I guess it's safe to say that you guys are a family instead of individuals, but a family.
We are actually more than a family. We are actually more than a family.
Got it.
So you see, when you become a part of Southeast, it's like you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave.
Understood. And okay, who band players do you look up to in St. Vincent or on an international level?
Southeast players. Can't go wrong.
Well said. Thanks for coming, man. So we're here with the captain of the Southeast Steel Orchestra. Welcome to the powerhouse, man.
My name is Denzel Oliver. Welcome to the house of Southeast.
It's a pleasure for me to be here, right? Because I love pan music, but I can't play pan.
It's the best thing. You can learn. You're too big to learn.
Someday. What's the vibe here like with Southeast for you?
Southeast is the best steel band. It's the best steel band in the country. The vibes is very energetic. The players, we're like one family. The love that we have is very...
And what can we look forward to this year when we got to Panorama and everything?
This year Panorama, all the other bands are putting it to you. When you see Southeast, look out for trouble. We'll be coming with our numbers, 85 players. Look out for trouble.
85 players?
Yes.
Is that the normal number?
No, most likely it has be below.
Below?
Yeah, but this year,
85.
it's there. Yeah.
85 strong. That's coming like 85,000 players, boy. Oh my Lord. So, okay, as the captain, right, what's the major challenge for you?
Well, the major challenge for me as a captain of the Southeast Steel Orchestra, you know, it's a lot of youth you have to deal with. It have a lot of adults, but most is the youth you have to deal with. I know something the youth and them, they don't like stay still. So just be a lot of talking a lot and stuff. So it's a challenge. But still, for the love of pan, as Hans John and Rodney say, for the love of pan, you got to keep going with them. And they will get it after a time.
Now you mentioned the love of pan. What makes you love pan so much?
Oh, I love that question. Way back in my school days, Isidore Prescott, I'm not going to be ashamed to say I was a bad boy. When I say a bad boy, I used to get in fightings, all sort of things, bun school, all sort of things. I even hold a record once upon a time, Isidore Prescott for suspension. That's what I tell you. But I love to talk. I love to talk about this because why? Steel pan changed my life. Junior Panorama was like 2 weeks away, and this teacher named Mr. Borgin, and they have the music director, which is Keslan Wilson Taffa. He was the music director for the school. He called me into the panyard at 12 o'clock. And from the time I stepped into the panyard, that was it. I couldn't come out of the panyard. Right. So from there, and I was like 13 years old. So from there, it's where I keep it up to this day.
Now, okay, what is your favorite pan?
Oh, my favorite pan is a cello.
Right.
A cello.
But I guess you play all of them?
Yeah, I could play all of them.
Well, most of the person was saying tenor. Now I get a different one. Somebody else said cello. So that's 2 and 3. 2 versus 3. Right? If you had to pick between tenor and cello.
Between tenor and cello, I pick cello.
Pick cello any day?
I pick cello any day.
Right. Now, what is your favorite thing about being with Southeast?
Oh, I love to teach pan music. I love to teach pan music. I love to work with the children. Yeah.
Now, like I asked you earlier, right? Your trainer tell me Panorama going to be trouble. A player told me Panorama going to be trouble. The PR said Panorama going to be trouble. The president and the vice president said Panorama going to be trouble. Panorama going to be trouble?
As I said from the beginning, yes. We're coming 85 players strong. the Panama will be slow in trouble.
Can I ask what song you going to play?
We're going to play a song for Winston Soso. It's called Vinci Spree from 1978.
Wow, that is very old. That is very old. Now, do you think that older songs are better to play than the newer songs?
Yes.
Reason?
The song have everything. It's compact. It's compact with everything that you need for a panorama song.
All right, I wish you guys all the best in Panorama 2018 and beyond, man. Thanks a lot. Respect.
All right, so there you have it, guys. Just an insight of what the Panis are bringing for Vinci Mas 2018. I am Porsha. This is the Powerhouse, and I'm out.
All right, good, ready.
When the beat drops